Isaac Nolan, a 15-year-old boy, walked through life feeling like an outsider. Growing up in a small town, he always felt different from his peers. He was bullied for being gay, which made each day a painful struggle. Despite this hardship, Isaac found solace in music, especially the songs of Elton John. The melodies and lyrics spoke to him, giving him hope and comfort when things seemed darkest. At school, the bullying became unbearable. Classmates would taunt him, calling him names and making him feel small. Isaac often left school with bruises, both visible and hidden beneath his jacket. Although he wore a brave face to mask his hurt, the pain weighed heavily on his heart. Music became his escape. When he listened to Elton John's powerful ballads, he felt understood and less alone. As he prepared for the concert in London, excitement mixed with trepidation filled him. He knew many fans would be there, but he also feared what others might think of him. Nevertheless, knowing Elton's songs had saved him gave Isaac the courage to be true to himself. He arrived at the concert with a handmade sign that read, "Your songs saved me." It was a message of gratitude and a plea for acceptance. As the lights dimmed and the music began to play, Isaac sat quietly in his seat, hoping to feel the magic of the night wash over him. Little did he know that this concert would change his life forever. As the crowd cheered and swayed, Isaac's heart raced with a mix of hope and anxiety, unaware of the unforgettable moment that awaited him on stage. The night of the concert arrived, shimmering with anticipation in the heart of London. The air was electric, charged with the voices of thousands who had gathered to see Elton John, a music legend adored by fans of all ages. As Isaac entered the enormous arena, he could feel his heartbeat quickening with every step. Colorful lights bounced off the walls, illuminating excited faces and creating a kaleidoscope of energy. The sound of chatter and laughter blended together like a symphony as fans shared their stories and experiences. Some wore bright costumes, while others clutched posters and memorabilia, fiercely displaying their love for the iconic musician. The arena was filled to capacity, and Isaac found himself surrounded by people who valued the same music that had carried him through his tough times. For once, he felt part of something bigger. As the lights dimmed, a hush fell over the crowd. Excitement quickly turned into a palpable energy that surged through everyone present. Isaac felt a shiver run down his spine as the opening notes began to play. The stage lit up, revealing Elton adorned in his trademark flamboyant style, radiating charisma and passion. With each song, most people couldn't help but join in harmony, their voices rising together like a wave. Elton's music transcended barriers. It spoke of love, acceptance, and being true to oneself, themes that echoed deeply within Isaac's heart. As he sat in his seat clutching his sign tightly, he felt a flicker of hope ignite inside him. Little did he know that this powerful performance would become a defining moment in his life, a chance to be acknowledged and embraced for who he truly was. While the excitement of the concert filled the air around him, Isaac couldn't shake the pain hidden beneath the surface. Every day at school brought new challenges and struggles. The bruises he kept concealed under his jacket were reminders not just of physical bullying, but of the emotional toll it took on him. Each taunt and each shove felt like a weight pressing down on his heart, making him feel isolated and unworthy. The harsh words from classmates echoed in his mind, leaving scars that were far more profound than those on his skin. They called him names, mocked his interests, and made him feel ashamed of who he was. At times, it seemed as if their laughter drowned out the music that usually brought him comfort. To escape this torment, Isaac would retreat into a world where Elton John's songs played softly, wrapping him in melodies that celebrated love and individuality. Despite the pain he carried within, Isaac wore a brave face, determined not to let others see how deeply their words affected him. He often smiled when he wanted to cry and laughed when he felt crushed beneath the weight of others' judgments. But as much as he tried to hide his hurt, his heart ached for acceptance, a longing that intensified with every unkind remark. As he stepped into the arena that night, Isaac hoped for a brief reprieve from his troubles. He yearned for a moment where he could feel fully seen, fully accepted, without the fear of being judged. Little did he know that the very songs that had brought him solace would soon lead him to a life-changing experience, helping him find the strength to embrace who he truly was. As Isaac sat in the bustling arena, his heart raced not just from the music, but also from the message he held tightly in his hands. His handmade sign, which read, "Your song saved me," was a reflection of his deepest feelings. Each word carried a weight that spoke to the impact Elton John's music had on his life. It was more than just a simple message, it encapsulated his struggle, his pain, and ultimately his hope. In the quiet moments of despair, when bullying left him feeling worthless and alone, Elton's songs had been there for him like a warm embrace. The lyrics resonated with Isaac as if they were written just for him, offering comfort and understanding during the darkest times. They reminded him that he was not alone in his journey and that love and acceptance were possible. Creating the sign had taken time and care. Isaac chose bright colors to represent joy, even when he felt anything but joyous inside. He wanted it to stand out in the sea of fans, hoping that somehow Elton might see it. For Isaac, this sign was a bridge connecting him to the artist who inspired him to be proud of who he was. As he clutched it tightly in anticipation, he imagined sharing his story with Elton, a moment where vulnerability could turn into strength. The sign symbolized all the struggles he faced but also shone a light on how far he had come. In that arena filled with thousands of voices singing together, Isaac hoped to convey how much Elton's music meant to him, and how it had saved his spirit when everything else felt broken. As the concert continued, Isaac felt a wave of emotions wash over him. The music pulsed through the arena, drawing fans together in a shared experience that felt almost magical. He held his sign high, hoping that the bright colors would catch Elton John's eye. Suddenly, the moment he had dreamed of arrived. Elton paused mid-song, scanning the audience with a warm smile, and then his gaze fell on Isaac's sign. Time seemed to stand still as recognition sparked in Elton's eyes. The crowd held its breath, collectively aware of the significance of this moment. A wave of anticipation rippled through the arena as fans began to cheer and shout in encouragement for Isaac. "Look at that sign!" Elton exclaimed, pointing directly at Isaac. A roar of applause erupted from the crowd, filling the space with an overwhelming sense of support and love. Isaac's heart raced. He couldn't believe that the man whose music had saved him was looking right at him. It was as if all his pain and struggles were acknowledged in that single moment. The crowd's cheers grew louder as Elton walked closer to the edge of the stage, still pointing at Isaac's sign. With a joyful laugh, he called out, "Come here!" It felt like a scene from a fairy tale as security helped guide Isaac out of his seat and toward the stage. Each step felt surreal. He could hardly comprehend what was happening. Isaac's mind raced with thoughts and emotions, excitement, fear, and hope spun together like a whirlwind. In that instant, he knew this was not just about being seen by his idol. It was about being recognized for who he truly was. The arena became a sea of cheers and applause, surrounding him with encouragement as the moment he had yearned for unfolded before him. As the crowd erupted in cheers, Isaac stood frozen for a moment, the magnitude of Elton John's invitation sinking in. Heart pounding, he felt a rush of fear mixed with overwhelming excitement as he began to step forward. The spotlight focused on him, and the bright lights felt almost blinding. Each step seemed like a leap into the unknown, where all his worries and doubts collided with the hope that had fueled him through his darkest times. The anticipation of the audience surged, and their energy buzzed around him like electricity. Isaac could hear their encouragement, their voices urging him on, as he made his way toward the stage. Although fear gripped his stomach, he was also filled with exhilaration. This was a chance to break free from the shadows of bullying and self-doubt that had haunted him for so long. As he climbed onto the stage, Isaac caught a glimpse of Elton smiling warmly at him. That reassuring smile washed away some of his fears, replaced now with determination and courage. With every heartbeat echoing in his ears, he took a deep breath, reminding himself that this moment was about more than just an encounter with a celebrity. It was about validation and acceptance for who he truly was. Standing there in front of thousands, Isaac momentarily felt weightless, as if all the burdens he'd carried had lifted from his shoulders. In that defining moment, vulnerability transformed into strength as he grasped the reality that being true to himself mattered more than ever. The cheers from the audience enveloped him like a warm embrace while he prepared to face Elton John, a figure who represented hope and resilience, and share a piece of his heart with someone who understood what it meant to be different. As Isaac reached the stage, Elton John opened his arms wide, a gesture filled with warmth and acceptance that made Isaac's heart swell. In that moment, everything around them faded. The cheering crowd, the music, even the weight of his past struggles seemed to vanish. Time stood still as he stepped into Elton's embrace, feeling an overwhelming sense of love and support wash over him. The hug was gentle yet powerful, a connection that transcended words. Isaac felt safe and cherished in those arms, a stark contrast to the bullying he had faced for so long. It was as if Elton understood every bruise, every tear, and every moment of pain that had brought him to this point. For a brief moment, all his fears melted away. He was simply a boy who loved music and dared to dream. Around them, the arena erupted in cheers that resonated in Isaac's heart. Thousands of voices celebrating not just his bravery, but also the beautiful acceptance that was unfolding on stage. The embrace wasn't just a physical act. It symbolized everything he had longed for: validation, courage, and a reminder that being true to oneself is what truly matters. Elton pulled back slightly, looking into Isaac's eyes with sincerity. "Never hide who you are," he said with gentle conviction. Those words felt like a promise that echoed through the crowd and within Isaac's soul. He realized in that cherished moment that he could let go of the shame he felt for being different. With the cheers still ringing in his ears and Elton's words etched in his heart, Isaac knew this embrace would stay with him forever, a beacon of hope guiding him through life's challenges ahead. In that powerful embrace, Elton John's words, "Never hide who you are," resonated deeply within Isaac. As he held on to that moment, he understood the significance of those words not just for himself, but for countless others in the LGBTQ+ community. Elton's message was more than a mere suggestion. It was a call to courage and authenticity that echoed through the crowd and beyond the walls of the arena. For many young people struggling with their identities, the pressure to conform can be overwhelming. Society often imposes expectations that make it hard for individuals to express who they truly are. Yet in that moment, with thousands cheering him on, Isaac felt a wave of empowerment wash over him. Elton's encouragement served as a lifeline, reminding him that being true to oneself is not only noble but necessary. The intimacy of that encounter highlighted how vital acceptance is for self-worth. By sharing his truth publicly, Elton was showing LGBTQ+ youth everywhere that they are deserving of love and respect exactly as they are. This visibility could inspire others to find their voices and build the confidence needed to embrace their own identities. As the arena continued to buzz with positivity and support, Isaac felt a sense of kinship with everyone around him. He was part of a community that celebrated diversity rather than shunned it. Elton's message cemented in his heart the idea that personal authenticity is a gift to be cherished rather than hidden away. With tears of joy filling his eyes, Isaac vowed to carry this lesson with him as he stepped back into his life, ready to shine brightly and honor his true self amidst any challenges that lay ahead. As Isaac stood on stage, the atmosphere in the arena reached a fever pitch. The cheers grew louder, resonating with a collective spirit of acceptance and celebration. Fans of all ages rose to their feet, their faces illuminated by the bright lights, showing their unwavering support for Isaac. It was a moment charged with emotion, where every clap and shout echoed not only for him but also for the values of love and diversity that Elton John had long championed. The crowd's excitement was palpable. It felt as if they were not just supporting one boy but rallying for everyone who had ever felt marginalized or unseen. Flags waved high in the air, each color representing a different aspect of identity and pride. The energy in the arena transformed into a powerful wave of solidarity that engulfed Isaac, making him feel embraced by thousands of others who understood his journey. Isaac's heart swelled as he looked out at the faces in the audience. In those moments, he realized he was part of a much larger community, one that valued authenticity over conformity. The cheers were a reminder that he was not alone in his struggles. Rather, there were many who stood alongside him, celebrating their uniqueness and encouraging one another to be true to themselves. As Elton raised Isaac's hand in celebration, the roar of applause intensified, symbolizing hope for every LGBTQ+ youth facing similar battles. This electric atmosphere became more than just a concert. It was a defining moment where acceptance reigned supreme and the spirit of love triumphed over hate. With each cheer ringing in his ears, Isaac felt an unshakable strength surge within him, knowing that he belonged and that his voice mattered now more than ever. The experience at the concert marked a turning point in Isaac's life, instilling in him a newfound sense of purpose and confidence. After feeling the overwhelming support from both Elton John and the audience, he realized that he was not just a victim of bullying but a powerful advocate for acceptance and kindness. The embrace with Elton and the message, "Never hide who you are," became anchors in his heart, propelling him to share his journey with others who felt alone. As he returned to school, Isaac felt different, transformed by the love and affirmation he had experienced. He began speaking out against bullying, sharing his story with classmates to foster understanding and empathy. His mission was clear: to inspire others to embrace their true selves without fear. Through conversations, school clubs, or social media, Isaac became a voice of hope for many young people grappling with their identities. Isaac also became more involved in LGBTQ+ advocacy groups, finding ways to spread awareness about acceptance in his community. He attended workshops and seminars where he learned how to empower others who faced similar challenges. Each opportunity reinforced his belief that everyone deserves love and respect, no matter who they are. His spirit soared as he shared Elton's message in schools and local events, encouraging peers to unite against discrimination and celebrate diversity. The once quiet boy bullied for being himself transformed into an advocate who stood proud, reminding everyone that authenticity is a strength. Through this journey, Isaac understood that true change starts with individuals willing to speak up and express their truth. His life became a testament to the power of vulnerability, showing that one heartfelt moment can ignite courage in others and inspire a movement towards kindness and acceptance for all. Isaac Nolan's journey, sparked by that unforgettable night at the concert, serves as a powerful reminder of the healing power of love and music. From a boy who once felt isolated and bullied, he blossomed into a confident advocate for acceptance, demonstrating how one moment of compassion can change a life forever. The embrace from Elton John, along with the message, "Never hide who you are," lit a fire within Isaac that pushed him to embrace his identity and inspire others to do the same. Years after that pivotal concert, Isaac continues to carry the lessons he learned. He speaks passionately about the importance of self-acceptance and kindness, reaching out to those who confront similar struggles. His story is not just his own, it reflects the experiences of many young people grappling with their identities in a world that often seems unwelcoming. Isaac often recalls the electric atmosphere of the arena, the cheers of support that reverberated around him, as a source of strength. He shares how that collective spirit of love and celebration reinforces the notion that everyone deserves to be celebrated for who they are. Through his advocacy work, he encourages young people to find their voices and use them to champion inclusivity, fostering an environment where differences are embraced rather than shunned. Ultimately, Isaac's experience reminds us all of the importance of community and support. Love, expressed through music and understanding, has the profound ability to heal wounds and break down barriers. As he continues to share his journey, he hopes to inspire a generation to stand proud and united in their authenticity, knowing that they are never alone in their fight for acceptance.